go left, right into the pit box. That might be the 6th pit box. I can't tell if it's the 6 or the 17. And then there's words.
A pit road mess caused major drama. A NASCAR legend spoke out with some hard truth, and now there's talk about putting a roof over one of the sport's most famous tracks. What happened at Sonoma might change racing, and what's being planned for Bristol could completely reshape NASCAR's future. Late at Sonoma Raceway, the pit area was filled with action. Ty Gibbs drove into his pit spot and accidentally brushed a tire that Brad Keselowski's crew member, Telvin McClurkin, was holding. People nearby gasped. Tensions rose, and a small fight broke out. NASCAR got involved. After checking what happened, officials said Gibbs was allowed to do what he did because he had the right to enter his spot first. The moment showed how fast decisions have to be made on pit road and how easily things can go wrong in just a second. Enter Kevin Harvick, now behind the mic on his Happy Hour podcast. He offers a blunt perspective. Move your tires. You don't want to get hit by the car. That's tough love, but it's practical. Pit lane is a high-speed ballet. Crew members must move swiftly or face consequences. Harvick even says he'd brush them if needed, suggesting the crew must anticipate cars entering their stall, not react under pressure. What sticks about Harvick's take? It mirrors NASCAR's rule. Spotters and crew must stay clear. If you hesitate, you risk being run over. This isn't about blaming Gibbs. It's about emphasizing crew safety under crushing mechanical chaos. Pit road isn't a game. Split-second reflexes save limbs and sometimes lives. Fans weighed in quickly. Many sided with Harvick. Crew must assume cars come fast. Others empathize with McClurkin after all. These guys are juggling tires and equipment. Denny Hamlin believes Gibbs misjudged timing, not intent. Keselowski tweeted a sarcastic jab about pit drama stealing headlines from qualifying. What was a simple brush by ballooned into a debate over risk, responsibility, and reaction. This incident exposes more than a rule infraction. It shows pit lane life chaotic, loud, perilous. One split decision can start a shove, a review, and a rule citation. And with cameras rolling, these moments go viral, fueling hot takes, strategy breakdowns, and social media firestorms. Keselowski tweeted, "Amazon really does have everything a pit crew could need. Legal too?" But the story didn't end with the shove or Harvick's blunt advice. It stirred up an even bigger conversation across the garage. Crews began rethinking how they operate under pressure. Safety drills were suddenly under the microscope. Spotters, crew chiefs, and tire carriers quietly started revisiting the basics. What if this hadn't been a brush? What if someone got seriously hurt? The pit lane, always risky, now felt like a pressure cooker ready to boil. It's moments like this that remind fans and teams just how thin the line is between control and chaos, and how quickly that chaos can ripple far beyond one pit stall. Because this wasn't just about one team's mistake, it was about how every team prepares for the unpredictable. Pit lane intensity, crowd energy in Bristol. What if we combined those elements not just for racing nights, but for year-round entertainment? That's where Marcus Smith's radical dream enters the scene. Marcus Smith, CEO of Speedway Motorsports, oversees an empire of 11 tracks. On Harvick's podcast, he revealed a bold, almost sci-fi concept. Put a roof on Bristol Motor Speedway. Fully covered. Transform Bristol into a multi-purpose entertainment titan ready for NFL, MLB, WWE, UFC, concerts, and more. Harvick promptly called it a big dream and doable.
To do, and we could do it, is to put a roof on Bristol one day. I would love that.
Yes.
And I mean, then the things you could do there, it would be, we've got a baseball game coming up next month in Bristol.
Right.
We've got, we've done a football game. We could do WrestleMania. You could have, who knows what, the biggest UFC fight in the world.
Built in 1960, Bristol is legendary. A half-mile concrete with 24-degree banking, stadium-style seating. Nicknames like Thunder Valley and the Last Great Coliseum reflect its ferocity, intimacy, and noise level. Bristol's bowl shape already echoes football and concert venues. It hosted a college football game in 2021, an MLB event in 2025, and NFL preseason back in 1961. Covering it is the next logical step. Imagine rain delays gone. Picture UFC cage fights under lights at Bristol. Play WrestleMania where the fans are already ground level, bustling around turns 1 and 2. Roofed, Bristol becomes a weatherproof entertainment venue like no other. Sound is amplified. Every crackle of rubber or chant from a crowd reverberates. The venue transforms from seasonal racetrack to year-round moneymaker. It wouldn't just be for one-off events. Smith envisions Bristol as a destination. Imagine a packed calendar, midweek concerts, Friday night football, Saturday UFC fights, Sunday racing. The energy never stops. And fans, they could buy season passes for a mix of motorsports and music. A hybrid fan base emerges, people who might never watch a race but show up for the spectacle. It won't be small. Smith admits it's risky and monumental. Architectural and engineering hurdles abound. Support beams, drainage, sight lines, crowd exit plans, structural load management, and cost. But Smith says his father taught him risk-taking, and this could pay dividends beyond expectations.
Taking risks is how you can achieve things. And so I have a high risk tolerance level that I'm willing to do things. And
reactions poured in. Media insiders like Bob Pockras called it a bold risk. Fans split. Some see it as a visionary leap, others worry about cost overshadowing racing purity. Social media buzzed. One fan wrote, "It will be great to witness Bristol turn into a WWE or UFC ring," in support. Before trying a roof, Bristol hosted big non-racing events. The Georgia-Tennessee College game in 2021. The MLB Speedway Classic in June 2025. Atlanta Braves vs. Cincinnati Reds. These events tested the venue's flexibility and drew big crowds, showing fans were ready for more. Smith's vision reflects a shift. NASCAR tracks can host more than one race. They can be entertainment centers. Bristol could show a new future. Tracks built with multi-purpose staging, convertible seats, acoustics, and walkways. Designed for football 1 month, dirt races the next, WWE the following weekend. That vision goes beyond one track. If it works in Bristol, why not Charlotte or Las Vegas? What if every NASCAR hub became an all-season sports zone rivaling the biggest venues in the world? Smith's idea isn't just about one roof, it's about what happens underneath it. New revenue streams, broader audiences, cultural crossover. So what binds these two stories? They're about transformation under pressure. Just like crew carriers on pit road must make split decisions, Smith envisions seismic change amid uncertainty. Both stories show NASCAR people stepping up on pit road or on the blueprints and refusing to stay small. For fans, faster than ever on-track drama and intimate entertainment events become possible. Drivers and crews get safer conditions and bigger platforms. Tracks and their investors gain diversified revenue. Imagine driver mic segments during WrestleMania weekend. Bristol could host events every weekend without fear of rain. In the wake of Sonoma, crews will tweak pit lane drills. NASCAR might tighten safety spotter messaging or require clearer stow-and-go zones. Harvick's words could influence future rulebooks, possibly introducing penalties for carriers who linger. Smith's pilot projects baseball game and college football are proving grounds. If they succeed, funding and engineering talks will begin. It's still early, but the concept is gaining momentum, with Harvick and other high-profile voices reinforcing its viability. These aren't just headlines, they're signals. NASCAR is reshaping itself with every pit lane push and stadium-scale vision. One story warns crew to step back when cars storm in. The other invites us to imagine Bristol with a roof bigger than any dream. Both teach resilience under pressure, whether it's avoiding a brutal crash or betting on a 10-year transformation. From gloves and radios in Sonoma to girders and stage lights in Bristol, the message is clear. NASCAR is evolving, ready for the unexpected, and racing headlong into uncharted territory. If you enjoyed this deep dive into NASCAR's future, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more bold stories and behind-the-scenes moments from the racing world. What do you think? Should Bristol really get a roof? Let us know below.